himself in that just kind of jungle area. Palos, speaking of, I feel like every time we cast Palos on his Bristleback, he gets first blood.
It's quite a common theme on this hero. Level 1, when you have full mana, you just spam the shit out of the other guy, especially if it's a Brute. Brute can't fight back, and then you kill her.
I mean, don't you just walk away? Like, why are you even in that position to begin with?
Brother, you want a last hit, right? You're a melee hero.
Sure,
so you have to go into last hit. So you're telling me you don't even want to take the creeps or what? Like, how are you going to play
I mean, just keep drawing creep aggro, right? You get some
yeah, but
you don't die,
it has
brother.
a 3-second cooldown. You can't keep doing it. Like, if you're going to take the creeps, you're going to... Even when you're dragging the wave, you're going to, like, at least eat 1 or 2 sprays, right? And then he just keeps stacking it on you, then eventually you're going to die. So you have to play so safe that I would say that sometimes it's not worth it, to play so safe.
Yeah, I guess just die for a bit of
it. No, the thing is, okay, there's something very important here, right? So when you're playing against Bristleback, it's okay to die level 1 as long as he kills the creep wave and pushes the lane to your tower. So you have to make sure when he does his spell, you need him to be near the creeps.
Right, because he's basically funneling you the EXP you would have lost from the death anyway.
And you are going to die at some point against Bristleback. It's quite common.
Gotcha.
Free tip for Mike.
Thank you.
I would have kept that a secret, if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're on a cast that you're paid for, so you have to talk and reveal all your secrets. Stay tuned for 40 minutes in the game when we find out what exactly Winter was doing in the Philippines.
Damn you.
It'll come back up, I'm sure. Not gonna let this one go. You can't keep your secrets forever, Winter. We'll find an opportunity and we'll just weasel it right out of you.
Never.
Okay. We'll see. This lane has been a lot of trading back and forth between the Kanka harass, the constant disruptions, and the Klink's arrows. Both these teams just laying into each other, and Bob with a solo kill. Come on! Onto Sanctity. How did that happen?
No idea. Earth Spirit is not the best laner. But we've seen this already one time, right? It was the series before, the Earth Spirit solo killing. Who was it? Was it a Storm or Ember? I think it was an Ember.
It might have been.
Oh,
I'm gonna ignore the Treant Protector and try and full commit Krish, but Krish, he still has that
living armor!
And the living armor. Tammy baby with a double kill.
He leveled up and he got a skill point. Save his buddy.
Damn. Nice.
Never mess with Treant Protector. Never.
No, do not.
He's a really good Treant Protector.
Tammy baby?
Yeah, I saw it. Bro, he was so annoying in the first game.
Yeah, I agree.
Annoying. This team is very good at the annoying heroes.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you were here in the DPC days. I think that is the mark of a good Mongolian
no.
team.
Before that, they weren't. I feel like they weren't really good enough in the lanes yet to abuse. So they were abusing those shit because of their weakness in the lanes. But right now, because they've drastically improved their laning, so this is just like an annoying strat you have to think about, and they pick it in a good game.
Yeah. Bit of a setup here into the torrent. Should be enough damage to finally slay the Treant Protector. They get themselves not the sentry. So gonna be a bit annoying now that vision has been protected.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm falling in love with the Kunkka offlane right now.
Yeah. Even though it died earlier on.
Strong laner, easy to kill. You have a lot of early game timing with your spells, with your levels, and then you build auras. Because you think about a lot of the aura heroes on offlanes, right? They don't really provide you with a lot of damage. Or they just drop off very, very quickly, at some point.
Sure. Would you not say the same for Kunkka? Do you think he scales in terms of damage well?
No, he doesn't. I mean, he's kind of the same, but he has more early game potential.
Right, with the Ghost Ship and the Torrent.
The catch, he has very good catch. I like the X-Mark catch.
How would you compare him to, say, like a Mars? Would you say maybe just a bit less team fight, but more initial catch?
I think Mars has more initial catch.
Yeah?
Because you can trap 2 heroes.
Because
you can trap 2 heroes. X-Mark, you can only X 1 hero.
I guess so, yeah.
But
Mars is a bit more of a team fight AoE catch, but...
Kunkka does more magic damage, like with the boat and his combo.
Yeah. Kind of difficult for supports to deal with. I think you 100 to 0 most supports.
Yeah, I mean, I think the X-Mark is just like, especially very good at defending towers. You just go there, people are sieging, and you catch them, and then you TP down. It's easier to coordinate, right? Before you have Dagger as Mars, it's not that straightforward if you're trying to do the same move, Kunkka has a better chance of catching someone in that type of scenario.
Oh, look at this timing. Bob, he forced the TP away from Sanctity in the mid lane, so the puck can't help and respond. He used that Magnetize in the earlier goal, and now Palos is just zoning Panda away from this tower. This might be one of his signature picks on the Brute Mother, but he is being herded around like a cattle.
Yeah,
He doesn't really have a way of getting in.
The guy has a tiny in his lane that took 3 grab at level 1, you know, and now he's level 2 with no toss, you know. Of course, he's gonna be crying.
CML might get run down here, coiled up, Sanctity able to put that ultimate to work, and now turning towards Palos. Cammy Baby has TP'd up to try and root him, but Palos, he's way too tanky for these 3 heroes to bring down.
Yeah, give me more back scratches. Palos is like, come, guys, scratch my back.
Oh no, Klink's left alone here. They were just playing around, trying to bait the Torrent. Right on the money, Bisk TPing in with the Avalanche though, and with the Death Pack healing, don't think they'll be able to take him down. Even the Living Armor coming through.
And this Tiny is gonna have a lot of problems in this game. How is he gonna get his levels? Like how? Like literally how? Brute is gonna be sitting in the lanes a lot. I mean, Puck doesn't really want to leave, but I think at some point he has to leave for the Tiny to recover, you know. They cannot lose this Wisdom Shrine. They have to fight for it, but they don't have the numbers here.
They do not. The chase is on. Panda is so screwed.
Oh, like
Cammy Baby's gonna try and come over, but he's lost positioning on the shrine. CML stealing it away. Meanwhile, Shanks grabs his own, and he's starting a TP to the mid just to make sure the tower is defended. Sanctity can't really afford to make an aggressive move onto the Shadow Demon alone. He doesn't know where the rest of Execration might be waiting.
Yeah, this is really not looking good.
Kick back. Disruption's there. Bob, as the Magnetize will just start to pop it out. Put the damage out onto Sanctity. Should be an easy jaunt away with the coil though, preventing the roll forward. And CML trying for the stroke, not gonna find it. Sanctity will survive this time round.
Coil down, Magnetize down. I mean, Bob is just doing Bob things. Yeah, he knows he can try for a kill here. He's gonna secure the rune, hopefully here. Puck has no status, so he probably can't fight for the rune.
As his supports nearby though. Tiny, Korean, full HP, positioning themselves in the bot lane. It's gonna be a rune in the top, but he might not be able to get his way over there.
Kill.
The chain stun is perfect. That is a huge kill at the cost of an illusion rune.
Where are the king's servants? You
King's
call
servants were
Bob
busy
the
in
king,
top lane.
but where are his servants?
That's true.
As he left the shadow servant.
Unbelievable.
The shadow servant, how dare you leave the king behind?
You will be punished for this transgression.
Yeah. No dinner for you tonight.
Oh my god.
You already have lunch, that's enough.
How do you know if he had lunch?
Oh, well, I just
The
assumed.
game started at like 12. The game started at 12. They finished at around 3.
Okay, brunch, alright? 11.
Okay, alright.
I don't know if brunch is a thing in Philippines.
What do you call... okay, brunch is breakfast and lunch. What is dinner and lunch? Like, what happens if you eat a late lunch that's like close to dinner?
Late lunch is high tea, right?
High tea? Oh, I guess so, with like all the little biscuits and snacks and all that shit. It's a very Western thing to do.
Yeah, tell that to Brute. She's hungry for kills here.
She's hungry for anything. This look at her net worth. He's not having a good time at all. Now being slowed up by Bob. Sorry, is Panda onto the high ground. Still will get around the webs, desperately trying to escape and slither away into the darkness. Onto the high ground. Trust a Brute spammer to know that spot. What the hell?
I didn't even know that was a spot.
Yeah, how did he even... What the hell? But today I
mean,
learned.
if you know that spot, you gotta be playing either Brute offlane or Bat Rider offlane.
Yeah, true.
Those are the only 2 possible heroes that would ever go there. Maybe a Phoenix offlane, I don't know, man.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All things considered, even though Execration have had a decent start, it feels like the kill on Bob has slowed things down a bit, right? It's a less than 1k gold lead. Even though the Brute Mother is suffering, Earth Spirit is not really farming well at all, in fact. Bob is also struggling on the net worth. Meanwhile, Sanctity is still doing okay despite that solo kill in the mid lane, and the Klinks is farming. So overall, I think YACHE are probably pretty okay with this.
I agree. They're happy. I mean, maybe not happy, but at least contented with the outcome.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower.
Look at the item progression. Like Brute is going to what did Brute build? Midas? No, Shreds.
Tammy baby getting found here, kicked back into Shanks.
He's doing
There's
his
the
job.
demonic perch.
He's tanking the gank.
Might not even die though.
Is under attack.
There's a poison stack. One more. Ah, he's dead. Oh, actually no.
Infused raindrops. Dodging. Oh, this tree! He's got mad legs and the toss save. Holy Tammy baby. Didn't know you could move like that.
That was the highlight of the series by far.
That was dope. That was sick.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Bro's dancing. You haven't seen a dancing tree, Winter. Just
Nope.
juking and jabbing. What a play. I feel like most of the time when you say a Treant Protector juked someone, you think maybe they found a path through the tree line. That guy was just straight up sidestepping out in the open in daytime vision. That's a maniac right there.
He has the right set of shoes.
It's true. It fit him nice. We did already know that Tammy Baby is a pretty solid Treant Protector player, so proven his
Brown
acrobat.
boots. Brown
Yeah,
boots.
Cabolt's Cup. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that actually
Okay.
is my favorite neutral item. Like level 1. Cobalt Cup.
So
I love it.
just to be clear, your favorite neutral item overall still Psychic Headband, but tier 1 we're talking.
Yeah, tier 1 is
Cobalt.
Cobalt Cup. Psychic Headband is
thank
what,
you.
level 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 more minutes, folks, and we'll find out Winter's favorite tier 2 item. Stay tuned.
Why are you making it all about my neutral item?
It's
Why can't you
funny
just
as
say
hell.
what's your favorite item?
It's also Cobalt's Cup, so I thought it would be boring to just pile on to that.
Yeah, but you could just lie,
Spot out
right?
Tammy Baby.
Just say something else.
But they're trying to set up onto Krish instead. They want the bigger target. The supports are being held in place by a beautiful overgrowth, preventing the spells from coming out, preventing the follow-up. The Soulbind's still going to find him though. Krish surviving for now. Bob's going to roll in and get the job done, but it comes at a cost of the Shadow Demon. Now caught up by an avalanche, taking quite a bit of damage, are the cause of Execration, but not enough to really threaten anybody. As Sanctity trying to play around with them, but doesn't opt to jaunt up to the high ground because Bob had already rolled. Has to turn around, use the coil, and all back out to safety. Silence
he
is
didn't
not going
land
to
the
connect.
silence. Damn.
That could have been huge if Sanctity got found, but he's able to escape. Still, Execration got what they came for in the Clinks and a Treant Protector bonus kill.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, you're starting to see the power of the Bristleback. Like, he is very, very strong right now. The Cleans cannot actually man up to the
Dire's
Bristleback.
top tower is under attack.
Bristol is the king of the game
Radiant's bottom tower
as of right
is
now.
under attack.
You cannot fight him, you have to dodge. You have to avoid. He is the Timbersaw right now. So you need to dodge him. The raid boss.
Got an X marks onto Panda. Found him through the tree line with the vision on the cliff. Slowed down. No real way of keeping up, even though they have the vision from the Grimstroke passive.
Radiant's bottom tower
So Panda's gonna ping out the ward. He knew he was spotted there. He's actually going for an Orchid. What do you think of this build? Because I think we were talking about building the auras for his team. Playing a bit more individualistic.
Yeah, what's the idea here? He thinks that this is going to be a very long ass game, so he wants to be
Radiant's middle tower
building
is
more
under attack.
scaling. Like, so the Orchid will give him potential to pick off heroes. Because Orchid is a very nice item on Brood. Because you'll be always playing the map on this hero, naturally. And you want to be able to kill those pesky supports coming to the dead lane to de-push your spiders, you know. So if you don't have Orchid, you can't actually kill the person.
Yeah, it kind of makes you a kill threat instead of just maybe a
Yeah.
map push
I
threat.
I
right?
think for Brood it's very different because this hero is the only hero that functions like this.
Yeah. I guess it could be useful as well if the team fights start to get messy. If the Brood can connect
Wait,
and
what's
actually
going
join
on?
in.
Why is everyone low?
Oh, they had a little bit of a brawl. Palos was facing up into the two of them,
It's
the
a
Clinks and the Treant Protector.
friendly
but they both walked away.
confrontation.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
No one
is
died.
under attack.
Gentleman's agreement. You don't kill each other.
Uh-oh. I thought Tino might have been in trouble there with Bisque with the follow-up, but
No
I
dagger.
guess Never was going to be dead because of the pipe.
Dire's
dagger.
top tower has fallen.
They need dagger.
Tino pipe alert! He's built the item again. Who is surprised?
Pipe into Crimson.
Not me. Yeah. Why not? Big stack here for Palos.
Yeah, we might see a pretty long ass game, yeah, at this rate.
You think so?
I mean, Yashe definitely want it to go late. They have Brood, they have Clinks, they have Puck. Even the two supports scale very well, Tiny and Trian. They want to play like a long game with the living armor healing. I think Execration is the one that want to finish the game as soon as possible, you know.
Well, how can they do that? Because right now it feels like YACHE are
Yeah,
just farming their side
they're not
of the
making
map.
progress. They can't attack the towers. They
Rune
need
is
to.
in the bot lane. It's a nice shield for Bob if he can reach over there and grab it, but Sanctity's making a beeline. Palos will play bodyguard, get them away.
They need
Start
to
clearing out this
forcefully
vision.
use this pipe to muscle down the tower. I think with all the heroes
They're gonna
hitting.
try now.
I mean, the thing is, they are getting forced to bring so many heroes to push the tower, and YACHE are just farming everything. They're farming the top ancients and the bottom ancients. So
Yeah.
they have control in at least 3 ancient caps, you know. This is very, very nice for them. This tower is viable, you know. They can lose this tower
Has fallen.
and get so much farm on the map.
Sure. And the Treant Protector, just like last game, around this timing has completed his chart. So he now has the eyes in the forest, starting to spot things out. Gonna allow YACHE to play the map in a very informed fashion. Now it feels like Execration, they're getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine, right? Last game, they were the ones splitting the map, farming, getting their net worth. This time round, they're the ones trying desperately to find something, but having their kills TP away from them is not a good start.
Yeah, no. They have to kind of flush the cockroaches out of the the side lanes, you know. Push them out and kill them. And Tiny and Trian, they're kind of like the detectors, right? They have to kind of block the smoke, protect the brute, they protect and the clings. And at the same time find kills if they can. Like
showing up here might be a bait.
the overall setup, okay, never mind.
Yep. This was just a bait Shanks in and try for a setup. Krish getting pulled back in by the X-Marks. They need a lot more to commit onto this poor Klings though. Inkswell is there to help with the chase and looks like Krish might have bitten off a bit more than he can chew.
That was really...
Despite both supports being there, they tried to initiate and get a cheeky kill and they get punished instead. But Sanctity's come around with the coil, looks for the Grimstroke, manages to escape. Now they're looking towards Bisque. Execration on the hunt, they are not happy about how that initiation went, but they won't be able to do anything about it. 2 supports for a carry, and meanwhile the Brute's still pushing top. The Puck got a kill. I think YACHE are fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, having the Trian in this type of game actually helps you so much with the vision. You're kind of like forced to buy a lot of sentries, you're kind of like forced to constantly think about the Trians and killing the eye on the forest. It's actually so annoying. When the game becomes like this, you know, it's a static game, you're farming the map and you constantly have to deal with the Klings walking around with invis. Like the invisibility is actually a pretty big headache at the moment for Execration.
Has fallen.
I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw one of the supports buy Tino.
They
or
already
Gem.
buy a gem. They just bought a gem.
Okay. Well, they have to, right? It feels like a non-negotiable at this point. In the mid lane, bit of a tussle. Tino is very tanky, but maybe
he's
not
dead.
enough at this stage in the game. Being held down and fired away at by Krish and his skeleton archers. It feels like Execration, they're losing a bit of control of this game. Panda will reach out into the backline and silence up and kill Shanks. Now Bob and Palos, they're in a weird spot. You got the Brood Mother eating away your Grimstroke. You got the Puck killing your Tino and Bob. Now Palos, sure, they're able to kite him out. And he kills the support, but it doesn't even matter because now Palos is in trouble. Pops the Lotus Orb himself, but there's no help for him on the horizon. He's gonna get run down, and Panda takes his revenge. A triple kill for this Brood Mother. YACHE, they are dominating this game.
Amazing. Amazing play from like the whole YACHE team. Like how they are controlling the map, pressuring the side lanes. I think the issue for Execration is they couldn't really deal with the side lane pressure. They constantly have to send heroes back. Did they drop the gem? Did they pick up the gem already? Oh yeah,
I'm
they
not too
dropped
sure.
the gem already.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, this
That's not good.
is really bad news.
Trying to click around and see who
Where's the gem?
has that gem.
I can't see.
Not too sure,
I can't
actually.
find the gem.
Did they retrieve it, perhaps, on one of their...
I actually have no idea.
Okay, it's on the Bristleback's courier. Found it.
Okay.
Okay, at least they still got the gem. This
I
is
mean,
still
it's-
awful though,
it's
because they
still-
literally got team wiped.
It's still really bad. Team wipe and Roshan is down. And they have a lineup where they kind of will expire in another 10 minutes, I would say. Execration, they need to do something and they need to do it fast.
But what can they do?
Tormentor. You have to get Tormentor.
Okay. Or do you fight this on YACHE or you just give this one up?
They probably have to give it up because they don't have their...
Smoking over though.
They don't have mana on Klings. They don't have Overgrowth. Okay, they have Overgrowth. Never mind.
No sentry here. The gem will help them spot the eye in the forest, but YACHE know this is happening.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be
close.
troublesome for Execration. The web already comes down. You know YACHE are on their way. And Krish will be the first one on the front line. Spotted out, but look at the back lines. Avalanche onto both supports. They can't cast any of their spells. They're both gonna try and cover him, but Grimstroke's already down. Meanwhile, Bob fired away on. They were looking at Krish, but they abandoned Bob on the front lines, and Krish gets away for free. Shanks gets picked apart at. And Panda, he is going to work on this Broodmother. Around his webs, they just can't touch him.
X-Mark.
X-Marks is there. Talos has to go to work on this
Seeing
Brood.
red.
Seeing red, seeing
Ooh.
the Broodmother, squashes her down. Much needed fight win there for Execration, but so frustrating for the side of Execration as well.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it's just very difficult for them to play. You know, they are playing against all this vision, and then it makes it very easy for Tiny to find a very good opening there on the supports whenever he sees them. Like when you have vision advantage, it's very easy to find the right heroes to initiate on.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom
And that
tower
fight
is
started
under
with
attack.
what? Them just okay, CML. Wait, the gem is that the gem on the ground?
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh no.
No. It's still on the
Gems on-
still on Palace.
Oh, if they snipe the gem away, that would be so freaking annoying. My god. This is the type of game that makes you just start to feel that frustration building. It's only a 2k gold lead, but with the way that YACHE are controlling the map, it does feel like that gold lead doesn't really tell the full story.
You can't really play the map. There's no ghost push actually from Execration side. Like who can actually push out the waves, you know? Like Grim doesn't have his stroke max, it's only at 2 points. So none of their heroes can actually push waves, so they have to fight. I think they are getting abused right now with the side lanes.
Oh, Tino and Bob. Spotter under a ward will get caught. The toss back away into the coil, it's perfect. Bob just can't do a thing. This isn't a typical game from the King, but now they're gonna try and look to punish Krish. A bit too tanky though on this Clinks, they'll think twice.
Yeah, just the overwhelming vision, you know. Just getting them all this pickouts on the YACHE side. And now they're gonna get the tower. Like the more towers go down, the better it is for the Treant to walk around and just create all this pressure, you know. I think Execration, they have to just group up when everyone's alive and use the smoke, and they have to try to kill or at least reclaim some of this real estate.
They're gonna try and make a move onto Krish, taking a lot of his HP because of the Disseminate. Taking the first life away.
Ooh, he's in
Both
trouble.
available. Avalanche is there. You could try for a toss back. Nice soul bind. Toss back. Out of trouble, but still X-Mark stuck. Krish will get pulled back in and killed. The Clinks overextending there as the TPs. That's the call. YACHE want to get the hell out of here. The Treant won't be quite as lucky though. Tiny escapes. The Tammy baby will fall along his carry. It's only right. Execration able to defend that location outside the tier 2.
Yeah, that was actually a huge blunder by Krish there. Like the moment he actually knew he was gonna die, that was already too late, you know. Like when Execration actually found him.
Oh,
Okay, that's a sad
you
way.
see-
That's a sad way to die.
that sucks, dude.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wow, Park is building a BKB.
Dire's top
Alright,
tower
yeah.
is under attack.
Worried about the Grimstroke and Earth Spirit control, I guess.
Yeah, still not an item you see Puck. I only see Pucks buy BKB against Void Spirit. And that, I'm pretty sure that's the only matchup, at least for me, that I've seen before. This matchup against Earth Spirit, Grim,
Radiant's bottom tower
this is
under
new to me.
attack.
Sanctity's been doing a good job playing careful so far. I think he understands as long as he's alive, he can keep putting out damage and kiting, so I don't mind this build at all.
Yeah, I guess. It's not that I don't mind.
very
I
impressed.
don't know if he needs it to survive. You know? I feel like he's...
Right, you think he's fine anyway.
Yeah, I think he's fine, actually.
Radiant structures are
I
fortified.
guess so.
You know what makes
you can start
what
to-
makes you a really good Puck player is like you know when you need to buy those defensive items, right? So you can go out all offensive items to kill the enemy supports. You know, get that Parasma at the right time. I think Parasma is like the biggest item for you to just pick off the supports, kill after kill
Yeah.
at every fight.
I mean, I guess the defense is that right now, even without the Parasma, he's picking off the support so easily.
So he doesn't need
So,
it.
yeah, it doesn't seem like he needs it, right? He jumps in, he presses one Waning Rift, one Orb, and auto attack, and one support's just dead. So, not much he can really do. And you can start to see, I think,
Bottom
I don't want to say frustration, but a bit of desperation start to set in for Execration. They understand that they're going to be outscaled eventually, and Palos, he's just doing everything he can to force these objectives. But the map is being completely controlled. YACHE is pushing in this mid lane with the Brood. They have control of this top lane, constantly shoving in as well. There's no real map pressure that Execration can exert right now.
Yeah, this is because of the heroes and because of Treant Protector. That's just basically it. They have to find a way to use smoke and reclaim the top section. You know, this top section of the map, it has been the Brood's area for the, I think for since minute 10 until now.
Yeah. They have not been able to really flush her out.
They have to do something about this. They can't just let them sit here and farm.
I like this style a lot from Panda. I feel like most of the times in the current age of Dota 2, we see a lot of Broods build those team items, like Ace, especially back when he was bringing this Brood Mother offlane out. A lot of pipes, a lot of maybe even sometimes team items like the Athos or AC and stuff like that. He's going full BKB right click. He wants to mow down the supports in the back line. He wants to farm up a Storm. He's doing a damn good job. He's basically right behind the Bristleback.
Yeah, Bristleback is not going to be able to fight her. Level 25. If you get level 25 on Brood, Bristol is not winning that fight.
No, not at all. The Brood Mother outscales for sure. The early game might have been a little bit rough, but now Panda getting his revenge. How the hell do you even stop this team? Look at Sanctity, just playing around in the mid lane, knows that he's not under any threat.
Yeah, Execration drafted all this like SD Grim, like thinking that they'll have a lot of opportunities to fight. They're really strong, but they just can't find the fights because of this vision control from Treant. They have a lot of damage, but they just can't utilize it. They can't find the kills. They can't do anything right now, but just push out waves. You know, that's when you feel like SD and Grimshock are not at their best. You know, when they're just relegated to dead lane farming.
It's so funny because with the Clinks, maybe Execration, they were trying to take a page out of Jackie and Friends' book, and they were thinking, oh, you know, this Kanka seems so unkillable when we played against it. It would be cool if we have it. But it was really good because Execration were fighting Jackie and Friends non-stop in these 5v5s, right? How do you deal with some guy who is building specifically to survive a team fight? You never fight him. You just avoided Tino this entire game, and he kind of feels like a non-factor. He's just a creep with a nice X marks.
They don't have very reliable catch against the tree and the Brood and the things. That's like I think the main problem. Maybe they thought that it would be easier with the Konka, with the X mark, but they just got played, you know, on the map, the vision by the eyes of the Treant, scouting them out, all these invis with the Clings. And whenever Tino pushes the lane out a little bit too far, this happens, you know, then he has to go back.
Yeah. Sanctity still flying over. Okay, at the coil, maybe. Not gonna use it for now. Just poking, prodding. They found Panda, that'll be a huge kill. Not able to pop the BKB just yet, but finally with the insatiable hunger, life stealing up the last bits of damage, the poison, the Lotus, it's there! Panda will survive! On an absolute sliver of 60 HP thanks to the Lotus from the Tiny. What a play there from Bisq.
That was a very frustrating one. Execration needed to get something done, you know. These last 10 minutes, they haven't really been able to do much, you know. That was like a small little opening and they couldn't really finish off the kill. And it's so frustrating to play this game on the Execration side. And props to YACHE, you know, like just fully abusing the fact that Execration does not have very good wave clear with their heroes.
Execration. We've seen them solve these difficult problems in game before. In the previous qualifiers, when they were up against the side of Playtime, formerly Kukuis, they had a lineup that just couldn't fight them 5-5. So they played the map, they split the team up, and they got pickoffs with a Hex Wind Waker Luna Pos 1. But this time round, the table is flipped, right? They are the ones who want to try and end the game. They want to take a team fight, but YACHE are giving them a taste of their own medicine. We're not gonna fight you, we're not gonna let you get anything. You need to figure a way to choke us out. Because we're just getting everything we want right now, and you can't find shit. So what's the solution here? What can Execration actually do? They're gonna have to come up with something fast because they are getting outscaled big time.
I think number one, they have to kill the Treant, you know. They need to put some defensive wards on their side. I feel like some of the wards that they've been having are a little bit too far away from the base. They need to put wards on the side lanes and just wait for the Treant. You know, set some traps and just wait for them to come.
Trying to charge in now. They understand Roche is available, and that'll be the objective YACHE are looking at. Now, YACHE, they've done a good job dodging Execration so far, but they can't avoid this objective. The BKB there from Panda, this time no save. Nice smoke move out. Execration finally finds something. But the question is whether they can commit for the Roche, because you can already see YACHE moving out across the map, trying to split push the bot lane, trying to shove the waves in. Here comes Krish for a wraparound. The gem holders in the pit, which means these supports are in big trouble. Grimstroke, focus down. Doesn't have a buyback to rejoin this fight, and Palos, distracted now from the pit, will try and walk over and chase down Krish, but they just don't have the vision. They're looking for the easier kill on the Tiny. Torrent will catch him. Nice little pickup there from Execration. The Yule's only buying a bit of time before he eventually goes down. What do you do now? Is it back into the pit? Do you look for more? It's 35 seconds into the Brute's back online.
Yeah, tough decision. All the lanes are going to be pushed out, and they don't really exactly kill Rush quickly enough, you know. It's going to take a while before they finish it. But they should finish it with as little heroes as they can, and just leave the other heroes to deal with the lanes and set up for the next play. Because they have to try and kill the Klings. Like the moment the Roshan is dead, they have to try to take control back of the top area again.
Yeah. Do you think it's right for YACHE not to try and do something?
Oh, they got him! He's hexed! Somebody
So
bought a
quick with
hex, or
Tino.
who was it? Oh, it's
Tino. It's Tino. Yeah, that was real nice. I was just about to say, do you think it's right for YACHE to just give this away for free? But Sanctity tries for a hero play there. That would have really broken Execration, but a bit too quick on Tino. He knew the possibility of that happening. Not gonna let it fly.
Yeah, that was very close, but you know, I think it was good that he tried. No, he could have gotten a big payoff there. And meanwhile,
It's another play brought to you by eyes in the forest vision, right? There's just a tree behind the pit that spots into the pit for some freaking reason.
I think they need to nerf this. You know,
They need to nerf that. It's way too broken.
It shouldn't give vision into the Roshan, and then it should also cost mana, in my opinion. The fact that
you know what it should
and not
do? It
cost
should
mana.
not give you.
Okay, I mean the invis should cost mana. You know, the fact that he can just use invis and run around, and he doesn't have mana problems while planting trees is too much.
I think the invis is fine, but what I would suggest is maybe the eyes in the forest cannot give you vision through trees. Because right now, if you put a tree vision in the area, you see the entire area as if you had a high ground
It
wall.
has always been like this.
Yeah, but change it. That's why I'm saying change that shit.
I'm telling you,
There's so much free vision.
it only
That's broken.
it only became broken because it's a shard now. So you get it too early.
Okay. You think later in the game it's not as good, eh?
Is under attack.
Yeah.
Krish.
Later in the game, it doesn't have as much impact.
Ratting on the high ground, but Bob looking for the chase. No vision though. A sentry will slow him down, but Krish able to just
No
weasel
mana.
his way out. No
TP, no
okay.
man. What
No-
the hell?
Did Bob... Okay, so Bob sees him because Bob has a gem. Bob's gonna keep trying to chase down Krish, stop him from coming back to the base. Meanwhile, Palos is just beating away at your towers. As long as Bob can keep Krish away from the base, this could be nice. He's gonna TP out and successfully do so. A bit off the mark there from Bob. And now Palos probably has to play a little bit safer. Bob is gonna try and reconnect with the rest of his squad.
They need a
already
toss back.
dropping, though.
They need a toss back soon.
Krish is gonna take down the Roche banner. Palos gets one lane of Rex.
They need to
Gonna keep
coil,
letting him do this, folks.
coil and toss back.
There's the toss back. Still has the Aegis. Still has the Lotus. Just walks his way out to safety. Nobody to control Palos. Torrent? Not the Torrent. The tidal wave off the mark. And that's a free lane of Rex. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's exactly free, you know, just
Sure.
they had to work for it still. Free implies
Sure, they put in
Bro.
a lot of work across the past
free
20
implies
minutes.
they just walk up and the enemy did nothing. You know?
And well, in that particular case, the enemy did nothing, right? The enemy pressed some spells.
I mean, they can't. Okay, fine. Maybe you can consider that
yeah.
doing nothing, because they
Yeah.
they can't really do anything.
They couldn't contest, right?
Because the Klings is not at home. He's stuck.
Yeah.
He didn't order
I
his
guess-
grab early enough. You know, he was stuck outside.
Yeah. I guess pretty decent play from Bob to be the one to mark him that entire time, right? Even though he doesn't cancel the TP in the end, he still buys enough time for Palos to finish off the Rags. And now with the remainder of this Aegis, Execration want more. They want a second lane. They want to at least get a decent Mega Creeps advantage before this Sphinx is right back at their door. But you can already see Krish, he's reaching towards his tower.
Radiant's top
Oh,
tower
no.
has fallen.
Does he bail out preemptively? Do they see him?
Spider senses. They know he wants to use his shot.
Here he comes. They roll forward.
Uh-oh.
Krish gets connected upon.
Trouble.
Ultimate. Purge is there. BKB is going to try and TP out. Any way of stopping it?
X.
Doesn't seem like it.
Is it
X
enough?
marks. You got enough of BKB duration. Krish going to survive there on the tail end. And now Palos all alone. The break is there from the Kanda. Palos in some trouble, left behind. The rest of the team trying desperately to connect with him. He has a heart, but he doesn't have the HP.
What?
His quills end up killing Tammy, baby, for entirely free though. Losing that Aegis. Where's the backup? Sanctity stopping the back line. The break is there. Where's the help? It's been too long. Palos narrowly surviving the disruption. Finally coming into play. Shanks bailing his carry out, and now Panda the one in trouble. Bob on the front line, so the magnetize out. Soulbind gonna catch both. Sanctity! He came back out of the phase shift just to sentence this brute to death. And now onto Krish. They pushed him back, and he doesn't have BKB. Palos is gonna beat him to a pulp. And now it's all Palos' world. He's been waiting a long time for this one. A frustrating game for Execration up to this point. But they finally get the fight that they were waiting for.
They finally broke through. They broke down the wall. They find the rats hiding behind and they exterminate them. Finally.
Radiant's top tower.
Now they're on the high ground. I mean, this bristleback is literally unstoppable at this point. Like, they can't kill him. Like, even with the Kanda there, they hit him with 2 Kandas, you know, but they still couldn't kill him.
Yeah. Yache, I mean, they bided their time the whole game, and the tip comes through Palos. Maybe starting to finally think the job might be done here. We've done enough damage to Yache. Structural, at least. 2 lanes of racks going down, but there's still one that remains. Palos will look directly towards it. Toss back. BKB is still available for Palos. He's not too worried about a thing. Even gonna turn around, beat up into Bisque. You have to use, but Shanks is there to help. Bisque gonna be able to force stuff back to the fountain. Precious time bot though, 8 seconds until the Brute Mother's back up.
I mean, the living
Seeing
armor
red,
just
though.
doesn't even do a thing to protect the tower. Holy shit.
That protects like 1 Palos auto attack, that's about it.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Now, no way of stopping him.
The Dire now have negative.
Break perhaps coming a little bit too late. Yache, you gotta give them props. They did an excellent job making the game as frustrating as possible for Execration, but being annoying is not enough to win you a game of Dota 2. Maybe a bit of a mistake there from Krish earlier on showing, but now Sanctity is going to jump through. Huge avalanche onto the backline again. Soulbind is there, but Bob, he has his BKB as a response. Panda trying to munch on them, but look at Palos. Straight onto Krish. The Klings just doesn't have a way of standing his ground and fighting. Sanctity with his BKB running out will narrowly survive. The tidal wave will clip him and wash him under. Sanctity gets slain and Bob gets his revenge. Execration with what must be a very satisfying Game 3 win. After Yache led them on a wild goose chase for the last 38 minutes, they finally get it done. The Filipinos will move on in the upper bracket while they send Yache down to the lower bracket.
Yeah, that was definitely a very, very hard game, you know, for Execration. I think props to Yache making the game as hard as it got, you know, with the Treant Protector, the Brood. I think they just couldn't really find a move to... Because you can't avoid forever. You have to find a move to bring everyone to a location and win a team fight with the coil. Especially, I think they weren't really able to use the coil and toss back to break the coil to kill heroes, you know. I think that was the thing that was severely missing in some of the team fights. You know, they couldn't really coordinate that to kill off heroes. They were always trying to play the map. They were really good at playing the map, forcing the enemy heroes to split up. But the moment Execration kind of found a way to catch them, then everything kind of felt like if it crumbled, you know, and they needed to find a way to take the team fights, which they couldn't really find a way. Maybe it was also like down to the couple of pickoffs they got on the park because of the hacks from the Kunkka. I think that was really, really huge, especially in the Roshan fight. And
Yeah.
Some of those deaths actually made it so difficult for them to come out, recover the map, you know, and come back out, you know. So I felt like excellent itemization on Execration side, and for the Yache side, they just needed to be better at finding the fights. You know, they're really good at avoiding, but they need to find a fight to break the game apart, which they failed to do so.
Yeah, really, really nicely done. But I gotta say, as much as YACHE are now in the lower bracket and as much as they've ultimately lost this series, I think anybody watching this will be really, really scared, right? This team, they are nothing to joke with, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Brute Mother Band, Treant Band against them. When they get into this annoying style, I think it really took a lot of creative problem solving and clutch moves from Execration to ultimately come out on top, and not every team has that level of decision making and composure in the end stages of the game. So definitely a scary opponent for the rest of the competition. We'll see how far they can go along now, because now they have a long run in the lower bracket to make. They'll be facing off against the winner of Reconyx versus Yangon Galacticos. Those all should be amazing games. But for today, we are done with ESL 1 Birmingham Southeast Asia leg of things. We're going to move on to day number 2 tomorrow at 12 PM Singapore time, back here on this stream and on ESL_Dota 2 Clarity. But for now, you can watch the rest of the regions firing off on the other ESL Dota 2 streams. For tonight, we'll say goodnight and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Can you hear the voices calling? Longing for your dirty souls, the wolves are hauling. Can you hear the voices calling? Do you feel how they are dragging? Waiting for a second to push you to your limits, growing stronger, feeling better. Or do you